Good afternoon, world, from the noisy BGC Venice Canal Mall. We have just finished up doing some shopping. We are leaving Manila tomorrow. Have you had fun in the big city?
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your birthday week?
Yeah.
Before we leave the mall today, we're going to do a few more arcade games, you know, like the claw machine. We've got a few tokens to use up to see if we can grab a toy out of the machine. And then we're going to be going back to the apartment to make sure we're ready to go back to Siargao tomorrow, which I'm excited about. We could not leave VGC without having one more coffee here at Pedal Cafe. Excellent coffee, great coffee, guys. These guys make amazing coffee, and they have oat milk, which is why we get this strawberry oat milk for Story.
After the first time we tried it here, it reminds us very much of Spotted Pig Cafe in Siargao.
Our favourite cafe on Siargao Island.
Maybe they use the same beans.
Yeah, probably, because I probably use a lot of Filipino beans here, but it's a really, really good brew. Really good coffee. No worries. Nice to meet you. Dropping off the shopping bags. I'm having an increased appreciation for the view today. Look, you can actually see with full clarity right into the distance there. There's water, there's mountains, and there is city. What a lovely place. As we always do when we come and stay somewhere new, we've been trying to visualize ourselves living in this kind of environment long term, how it would feel, how much we'd enjoy it. And as we've been walking around the shops today, we were approached by the MEGAworld salesmen. They're the people that kind of deal with financing these kind of apartments and condominiums to people, foreigners, locals, Filipinos, anybody who's interested in buying a place like here, but perhaps they're worried they can't get a mortgage, let's say, in the Philippines. I mean, these are the kind of things we think of when we see people buying places. We know all different kinds of people, all different nationalities, living in all different countries, and each person's got their own story. Hello. How they've managed to purchase a property, or they've decided to move abroad, and how it works. And I feel like the biggest ramp for a foreigner living abroad is like, can you actually do this without having to like drop all of your money down onto one place, or taking all of your savings and like throwing it into a country you haven't lived in for a long time? It is a little bit scary. So when people offer you easier options, first of all, you're a bit skeptical. Can it be done easily? Is it as easy as it sounds? And then secondly, it's like, is this an opportunity? So it is interesting to talk to the guys here that are selling the condos. You actually had a word with one of them today, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Found out a little bit of information. It was interesting because we had a question and answer that we've been thinking about, and yeah, it is very tempting, I have to admit.
But I feel like the main temptation is how easy it is.
Yeah.
Like, compared to buying land and, you know, getting all of the titles in order, doing all of the legal stuff by yourself, making sure, you know, it's able to be almost in your name but not 100% in your name, because, you know, foreigners can't own land here in the Philippines. Yes, we know that, but there are ways around it. But it's not a clean-cut answer. So when somebody comes along and gives you like an easier option, it's like, okay, well, tell me more. But overall, life here in this particular part of the city has been very nice. I've enjoyed it a lot. And my main question to myself, like reality check, would be, would I enjoy it long term when we've got our pet here, when we've got all of our belongings here, when you've spent day to day to day here and you're not just going to the malls anymore? Would I enjoy it? Or would I be like, oh, I want to go back to Siargao Island and do that?
I think one of the ticks for me also is that if you're in a kind of big condo building like this one, we would have a swimming pool on the roof that we could visit every day. Some of the buildings have gyms in the building and things like that. Story's in her pyjamas.
And my sleeping mask.
Oh, you're ready for bed already? It's not even dark yet. It's your birthday mask, wasn't it? What do you think about city life?
It's actually quite good.
Yeah? Better than island life?
No.
You prefer living on an island, yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you feel that?
I'm a beach baby.
Oh, there you go, there's your answer. I'm a beach baby. Perfect. One other major advantage to city life would be the proximity to the airport, because whenever there's a deal, like on AirAsia or Philippines Air or whatever, you can take a flight to, let's say, Japan or Seoul or India or something for cheap. That opens up the world, and it takes out that extra problem of logistics from the island to the city, and then from the city to another country.
Yeah.
So if we were ever getting, I don't know, cabin fever, we were like done with the city, wanted to like show story the world, like, oh, it's a cheap deal one, get in a plane.
Yeah, whereas being on Siargao Island, as lovely as it is, logistically, it's not great, because it takes an entire travel day just to leave the island sometimes, or just to get over to Mindanao. So you have to add on like another 2 days of holiday time just to kind of get to an airport or get somewhere, and it kind of just adds up.
Getting here and there would be a massive advantage for city life. Another plus point for this part of Metro Manila in BGC, this area, is the green spaces. There's quite a lot.
Yes, but I've been tracking it as we've been in the grab taxis driving around, and just from here there's a little green space over there, like 5 minutes walk from here, for any dogs, Poppy and any future dogs that we may have. There is more green space here than we
Realised,
expect.
Like McCarthy was nice, but it was much more urban than this. I just noticed over in the distance that there is like a kind of housing estate area, and that's one thing we haven't tried yet, living in a house or a housing area in the centre of the city. I think I would prefer it. Apartment life is appealing to me for a while, but long term I think I would want to have a house, so you can put like your solar panels on there, and like it feels like something I could live in as more of a forever home or a forever investment at least, and stay there longer. Whereas if we were to like buy something here on the 22nd floor in like 1 bedroom or even 2 bedrooms, I feel like we would outgrow it.
We did live in an apartment in Bangkok, but for 3 months, was it? And it was a studio apartment, and we had Eden, so it was us and Eden, obviously no children then. It did feel like quite a small space, and even just for the 2 of us, we did start getting cabin fever a little bit after a short amount of time. We want our own place now. We want to have a house or somewhere of our own, and whether that is on the island, which we did say, I think in our first daily vlog, we're like, it's going to be on the Surigao Island, but since then we have talked a lot about it, and what is actually going to happen we don't know. We're constantly every day talking about it, thinking about it, weighing up the different options.
I personally think that life on the island would be better, and having nature around us is something that we always go back to. So even though I feel good about being here right now, I believe that I would start drawing back to island life within less than a year. Whereas you think there may be more opportunities here, there may be like more scope for activity, growth, life, you know, around the city. And travel, which again is like a big part of our life. So yes, if we could get both, then life would be perfect. But if we can't get both, we ultimately need to decide what do we want first. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Back into the beautiful Casa Minelli, which has been redecorated by us with all of our stuff around.
Bags.
Actually, this is interesting though, isn't it? Like when we first checked in, and obviously it's been styled as a, you know, a listing, as a place to rent, as a place that's in kind of like show home fashion, but like we've been living in here for 5 days, and this is what families do to a place. You know, you put your stuff out, you've got Story's toys on the table, pair of knickers there on the floor, a towel, you know, like we've been cooking, we've stored some bread here. I mean, this is what a studio apartment with 3 people living in it looks like. I did actually take the rubbish downstairs to the basement the other day, but we've got some recycling building up.
It is dinner time now, so we actually bought some dinner to cook in the apartment tonight. We do have a really early start in the morning, so we wanted to just come back and kind of chill out here for the evening, pack our bags and things like that. So we've got home dinner. We bought these from the supermarket downstairs. What's the supermarket called?
It's called Marketplace.
Okay.
and it's pretty amazing. I mean, I went there last night and I was actually like a tourist. I was taking pictures of like the ice cream aisle. They had like vegan ice cream, all this vegan stuff, like so many things that we can't get in our current day-to-day life.
Lots of goodies. And so we have these for dinner. This is a vegan dal, and they're heating up there on the cooker here, and this one a masala with kidney beans in. We had this for breakfast with
kiwis, blueberries, dragon fruit, banana,
green apples
which
that we've got here. We're going to take with us tomorrow.
Yeah, they're hard to find. You can get them on the islands, but it's maybe once a year.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find this stuff. So these are the things I appreciate from living in the city. But will it get old quickly? That's the question I'd have to ask myself. While that dinner is heating through, wanted to show you some of the other things we managed to pick up here in the city for our upcoming trip to Seoul in South Korea. So we mentioned recently that we're heading off there, and it's going to be cold. It's going to be so cold, like 4 degrees. It's going to be their winter. Much colder
than this.
Yes.
Yeah, possibly even colder, because it does get down to the minuses there.
It might even snow, but that would be amazing if it did.
Yeah.
It's kind of an impromptu trip, and we've kind of got not prepared for it. So we went out and bought some jackets.
Yes, trying to find big, thick winter jackets in the Philippines is quite difficult.
Oh yeah, it's not something that you need here.
Yeah.
So we actually got this from a surplus store.
Yeah, it was I think that's what it was called, wasn't it? Surplus.
It was a
There we
good
go.
price,
It was a good price.
Less than 1,000 pesos for that.
Yes.
And that's another thing as well. We didn't want to spend too much money on coats, thinking we may only use them once a year.
Yeah.
We left all our hot stuff in cold, like our wintry stuff in the UK.
Yeah.
And I actually bought a whole outfit for my career style. Should I show you? Should I put it on?
Okay. While Jay's getting ready for his impromptu fashion show, Story's going to show you what she bought. One thing that was a little bit frustrating being here in this mall is that there's no children's shops, none at all. There's toy shops, but no children's clothes shops.
But I have earmuffs.
Yeah, they look very sweet. So at least your ears will be nice and warm. So we are still going to have to get some bits for Story. I need some shoes or some kind of thicker winter trainers, because I only have flip-flops and thin workout trainers, like mesh trainers, and that's not really suitable if it's snowy or really rainy. So, and Story needs shoes as well, like kind of boot shoes. So we do need to do a bit more shopping, but we're leaving tomorrow, and I know we're not going to be able to find anything on the island, so it might mean that we have to come back to the city a few days before our flight out, just to get the last few bits to prepare for the trip. All right, Jay's outfit. Look at you. Who's this K-pop star?
You check out these sunnies I bought. I don't really wear sunglasses, but the reason why I wanted these is because they don't have those bits that catch your long hair.
Yeah.
Anybody with long hair knows this is a problem. So I can actually do this and then do that without it getting stuck in my head.
Alright, so yeah, Jay managed to find a jacket, a hoodie, zip up type thing. It's got a hood as well, and some jeans. Actually, you got 2 pairs of trousers, didn't you?
Yeah, I got like another pair of like cargo.
Jay also got these trousers.
I think I'll be all right.
Although your hood right now looks square.
Does it? Because because of the glasses.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Let's try that again. There we go. There we go. This is your... Yeah. How's it feel?
Already.
Yeah.
But the jacket fits with the jumper underneath.
Yes.
I like the colour of this jumper, and the feel, it's really soft. It's got a fleece lining,
Yeah.
so it should be really warm. It's like an ice blue colour. I liked it, that's why I bought it, for the colour.
And we're going for layers rather than like trying to find a winter coat or something. We know we can just kind of like put them on top of each other.
So one outfit, and then I also got this. This is another outfit. So
I like this.
This whole outfit came from the bench shop. It's really reasonable in there, and they have some really nice stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I like this because of the arm stripes and a bit of a crop as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of my style.
Yeah.
It's not often that I find clothes that I like that.
Yeah, it's true.
And also, buying trousers for me, being short, I'm only 5'2". I have always struggled my whole life finding a length of jean that actually fits. here in the Philippines, I've bought 3 pairs of trousers. These 2 and one other from H&M, another kind of jogging bottom style. They're all the perfect length. So I'm liking that.
Yeah, that makes things a little bit easier, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Normally I have to turn them up. I give them to my mum to like chop a big lump off the bottom and then she sews up the hem for me. Well, I used to anyway. But here, no need.
So we're all very excited to share our trip, our travels and our experiences that are coming up in the next few weeks. It's all very exciting. I feel like we've done a lot since we've got back to the Philippines.
Yeah,
and
I
there's
think
still
we have as well.
yeah, more to come. So I hope you enjoyed this daily vlog, a little bit longer than usual.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.